Hi, this is Norm with the Johnson Controls Institute in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In this segment, we are addressing the question, what is a micron? A micron is a measurement of length like an inch is. Understanding a little about microns as a measurement is useful in a number of applications, so let's get started. The unit of length called a micron applies to air filters and indoor air quality. In HVAC, we are concerned with air quality because we are concerned with the health of the occupants of a building. We also filter air in order to protect the HVAC equipment, as well as keep the equipment clean so as not to reduce the energy consumption of the HVAC system. Many manufacturing processes also depend upon excellent air purity. For example, the manufacture of silicon computer chips, microprocessor chips, depend very much on well-filtered and well-treated air. We measure air particles in small amounts called microns. First, let's do a quick review of what elements contribute to good indoor air quality. ASHRAE, the American Society of Heating, Refrigerating, and Air Conditioning Engineers, has performed detailed studies on the quality of air in buildings. Standard 62 provides us with their published findings. The chart here gives us a big picture overview of the elements of acceptable air quality. Notice that adequate filtration of contaminants is only one of a number of factors that are important to air quality. In this segment, we are only concentrating on a portion of what affects indoor air quality. However, air filtration is a very important element, and some understanding of the micron as a unit of measure is of particular interest to us. Let's begin with the unit of 1 inch of length as shown on the far left. We know that we can divide an inch in half and create smaller units of length such as a half an inch. In the center of our graph, we have further divided our inch into 4 units. We know of these smaller units as quarters of an inch. You also know we could divide our inch into even smaller divisions of eighths, sixteenths, 32nds, 64ths, and even smaller units. Eventually, we would divide our inch into divisions so small we would not be able to see them on a ruler or be unable to make them physically appear on a ruler. So just how small a unit of length can we make? This is where the micron comes into play. Here our inch is now divided into 25,400 little spaces. Each one is a micron. I'm sure you realize that we could not read a ruler that is divided into microns. So we can see that there are 25,400 microns in 1 inch. Or we can say that 1 micron is pretty tiny. A single micron cannot be observed by the unaided eye. Our attempt to show a single micron really fails us since the micron is such a small unit of measure. The diagram we are viewing here is my attempt at illustrating the size of a single micron at the bottom of this large blue inch. But you get the idea. The micron is quite small. 1 micron is 1/25,400th of an inch. Perhaps we can now appreciate just how small particles are that we would like to filter out of the air that we breathe. ASHRAE studies indicate that the indoor air we breathe is often much more polluted than outside air. Indoors we have dust from carpets, off-gassing from manufactured materials such as carpet fibers, furniture glues, paints, plastics, and more. We also may have other sources of gases and odors from cooking or manufacturing products. These particles can be measured in microns. 1 cubic foot of air may contain over 1 million particles, and 99% of them are smaller than 1 micron. Let's take a closer look at our graph. The human hair varies from about 15 microns to about 90 microns in diameter. We can see a human hair. Pollen and dust in the air can be seen under sunlight. However, many lung-damaging dusts and bacteria are well below our ability to see under the most favorable of conditions. Notice many harmful particles are less than 1 micron in diameter, with sizes in the sub-micron diameter. We are often in the area of tenths or hundredths of a micron. With the possibility of millions of particles in a single cubic foot of air, we may need to perform some serious filtering as our air is breathed. Are you beginning to see how this may be of importance to us as HVAC and control specialists? Let's take a look at some of the available filters and filters. Air filters can be classified according to their efficiency. There are sets of testing standards for these ratings that we will not go into now. In the upper left, we see the low efficiency filters, which were only about 40% efficient. Based upon what we just studied about microns, we now realize that these filters provide nearly zero health benefits. Even the more efficient medium filters in the upper right are not much better at removing harmful particles. These low and medium efficiency filters do not provide protection for anything other than the HVAC equipment. These are inexpensive filters readily available at the local hardware store or Walmart. For more serious filtration, we would be looking at the higher efficiency 80% or greater filters. The bag filter in the lower left of our illustration provides more serious filtration. Not shown in our illustration are the HEPA filters, or high efficiency particle arresters. These filters are used in clean rooms, but are available for use in residences as well as in commercial buildings. Often these more efficient filters are so expensive that we place less expensive, lower efficiency filters in front of them so as to avoid replacing the more expensive filters as often. Electronic filters, as we see on the right bottom, charge the particles with one electrical charge and then attract those particles to an element containing the opposite electric charge. All filters must be properly installed, maintained, and monitored if they are to perform their intended function. Well, there you have it. We've answered the question, what is a micron? We've also discussed a little about indoor air quality and air filters, as well as how micron-sized particles are of importance to those of us in the HVAC and controls business. This is Norm, thanking you for your interest and attention. Until next time, let's keep